next big critical reason is flexibility and future proofing. Everything changes, right? And you have to be ready for that and move along with that. So flexibility increases your ease of change if things change. So building in flexibility for changes to allow expanding things over time, reduces stress, ensures you don't disrupt your current setup. Some people have systems where like you have to shut things down to expand something or to change something. That's a bad content infrastructure. You want to be able to evolve and change things over time. So it's going to happen. Things are going to change, and flexibility needs to be there to do that. The other thing is things are just constantly changing nowadays, more faster than ever. And like the stats are ridiculous. Requirements today will change. Don't build with a mindset that things won't change, because they will. And you have to future-proof yourself. If you build something really rigid and then 3 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, it really changes, that might be really, really hard to change. It just depends how you built things, right? So we used to say never, ever build your website from scratch again. Your website should evolve. It should never be rebuilt. You should always be changing it and improving it. And then business goals. Business goals change. So the business may come out of nowhere and say, you know what, we're pivoting. We're no longer doing this. We're going to do that. And as a team of editors, publishers, people working on this flow of integration and orchestration with all these systems may be like, well, that's not what we put together here. This won't support that new business direction. So you have to build systems and components and content that evolve with your business.
And you should be using tools that evolve with your business as well. Some tools aren't that good at evolving, and I think more modern tools are.
100%. It's one of the big reasons of composability. The whole notion of composability, all these different platforms that work together. If one platform no longer serves you, you should be able to swap that out. And that is like the promise and direction that things are going towards with API first architectures. And then the last one we have here is you just can't see the future. You can predict it though, and don't underestimate how well you can gauge things. If you slow down, you take your time, and you think about what could actually change here. A great example is, let's say you have an image for the homepage or your app, and it's supposed to be 300 by 200 or whatever dimensions it is. Would you ask the editor to upload a 300 by 200 image? Well, maybe it can accept that, but maybe it should recommend you do a really high res image, and it downplays it, optimizes it for you, so that then if you ever need a higher res image for that content, you don't have to go through tons and tons of content to replace all the images. You already have that content there for another device, another channel, maybe another just completely different use of that content. So you got to predict how things may change and your needs may change over time.